Afternoon baseball here on the show. Opening day is here as we get the new season underway with a good matchup between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Chicago Cubs. Hi again, everybody. It's finally here. Welcome to our special opening day edition of Baseball on the Show. Joined by Dan Plesac. And Dan, as we get things going this season, it's pitching that has to be key if this team's going to have success.
Hey, just like any team, pitching is going to be the key factor for this ball club as the year plays out. I'm sure the staff will have its ups and downs, but putting together some quality outings early in the season could do wonders for this club getting out of the gate with a good start.
The game's count starting now. It's opening day. It's the show, and it's coming up next. Kyle Hendricks gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
This guy had a real solid season last year. ERA under 3 on the year, which is pretty good in this day and age of high scoring and a lot of home runs. Let's see if he can duplicate that year and make this one just as good. It'll be interesting to see how he pitches in this one today.
Now here's the first offering. Kevin Newman is in to start things out as he swings and misses at that one. It's strike one.
First pitch, 120.
Now the 0-1. That's a hit, their first of the new season.
Dan, he took that right back at his face right there. Exactly what you're trying to do. Middle cut, though. Are you a little concerned?
Yeah, that's a case of a ball being right down the middle. As a pitcher, you want to work the corners and stay out of that middle part of the zone, and he paid for it right there with a solid base hit.
So now it's Brian Reynolds, as he'll take a look at ball one. Driven the other way, but caught down at third. And that becomes the first out of the inning.
Batting third, the third baseman, number 13, Ke'Bryan Hayes.
Next up, Ke'Bryan Hayes. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
The offensive game plan today is certainly to see the ball up. This guy is known on the mound for sinker changeup combination. He's going to try and establish down in the zone to get swing and a miss or ground balls consistently. You have to find something above the belt to get loose on.
Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Matty. Hey, you know what, Dero? This Ed Drummond, he's a good umpire. Fair umpire, good ball and strike umpire. Pretty much straight down the road.
That's all you look for, Dan. Just be consistent. I don't care if you're given 2 to 3 inches off the outside corner, but you can't do it on the inside corner. If you're going to stick to one thing and stay consistent with it, no player will have a gripe with it.
He's set, and the 1-2 pitch. Grounded down the third baseline, and that gets through for a 1-out base hit.
He had him on the ropes right there. Count leverage, 2 strikes against the batter. He's going to have to put that in the memory bank because that guy made a nice 2-strike approach right there. Made a nice 2-strike adjustment.
Next batter to the plate, Brian Goodwin. As he will swing and miss at a breaking pitch on the outer half, it's 0-1. His matchup numbers with Hendricks, he's just 1 for 6. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. On the ground is short. This could be 2. 1 there on to Rizzo, and it's a double play. Side retired. So a couple of hits here in the top half, but nothing comes of it. Now the Cubbies will get their first crack. No score. In now is Nico Horner. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The second baseman, Nico.
And the pitch.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Now the 1-0. Hot shot down the line. That's a hit. The first of the year for the Cubbies. And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. 1-0 the count. Horner gets his lead at first, nobody out. A 2-ball, no strike count to the Cubs center fielder. Here it comes, 2-0.
Ball 3.
This inning hasn't started ideally for him on the mound, but here on 3-0, you have to have the mentality that you're only a strike and or a ground ball double play away from getting back on track.
From the belt, the pitch.
88 on a changeup? I remember when an 88-mile-an-hour fastball wasn't all that bad. Man, the game's changing.
The 3-1. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Fouled off. The 3-2 one more time. That misses. So a single and a walk, and it's first and second with nobody out.
Always tough to issue a free pass, but especially troublesome when you give up a single right before that to start the inning. We'll see if he can figure out a way to wiggle out of this.
Here's Chris Bryant now. In prior matchups with Chad Kuhl, he's a .391
Hey dude,
hitter. He's
it's
also
me,
been a
Nick.
strikeout
How are
victim
you playing
6
this game with no
times.
sight? You need to be able to hit the ball.
He's set. Here it comes. And the sinker is over here, and that evens things at 1. Swing, and he takes this the other way to right. But this is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out. And he's safe.
That is good. The first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
And stepping in, Anthony Rizzo. And he's got runners at the corners here with only one gone. First pitch on its way. A line shot to third base.
That is big. The catcher, Wilson.
Digging in will be Wilson Contreras, and their runners at the corners now. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. And that's by him. It's 0-1.
Swing and a miss on a nasty slider right there. Always felt toughest pitch in the game. If you're a guy who liked to work the big part of the field, you were on that fastball middle away. Well, that slider looked like a heater for about 56 feet 6 inches.
Count now a ball and a strike. Outside, 2-1.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
The set and the 2-1. And a swing and a miss as that looked like self-defense there. It's 2-2.
Hey, it's looking like he may be able to get out of this one after giving up 2 singles early.
A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. Nothing in the Cubby first. On to the second now from Wrigley with no score. And now, Colin Moran, his matchup numbers with Hendricks, comes in with 6 hits in 22 tries.
Showing love, my
he
boy.
also has 1 home run. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, but he's right on here. 1 strike. Sent on the ground out to second. A dive, and he knocks it down. And a good try to recover that time, but he'll beat it out as he's aboard to kick off the inning.
That is good. The right fielder,
Here's Gregory Polanco as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. Ready with the 1-0.
That's ball two.
When hitters are able to lay off curveballs and get themselves into good counts because of it, you're in pretty big trouble as a pitcher. A lot of guys rely on their opponents offering at that pitch, even when it's not in a good location to hit.
The 2-0.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Sinker. 3-2 now. Now the payoff pitch home.
Hey, that's a good sinker right there. That's his bread and butter pitch, and if he's got that going, especially early, it's going to be tough to get some runs off him.
Fouled away. Grounded softly to the right. And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out.
That is 7. The second baseman, Adam Frazier.
So now a runner on at second with 1 away, and that brings up Adam Frazier. Pickoff move to second, and a dive, but he's back in. And now the first pitch. No score here as we play inning number 2. Hit to short. Baez has it. And there's out number 2. Jacob Stallings will be the next hitter. His matchup numbers with Hendricks. He's 4 for 14. From the stretch. Now this is on the ground for Baez at short. Reined in. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. One left for Pittsburgh. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the inning now. And with it comes Javi Baez to the plate.
The shortstop, Javier Baez.
Now here's the first offering.
0-1's the count.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
1-1.
That's where he wants that sinker to end up, but that was a nice job of laying off.
And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
Here's Jock Peterson now. A ball and no strikes. Now the 1-0.
No, that's down.
Bottom of the second here with no score. 2 balls and a strike.
2-1.
Two and 2 the count. Swing and a miss at 1 in the dirt. Stallings goes to get it, and he makes the throw to first. Peterson is retired, 2 down now. So that'll bring up Jason Hayward. In prior matchups with Chad Kuhl, he has an even 10 hits in 20 at-bats. He's taken him deep once. Here's the first pitch. Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a little tapper. The 1-1. The bouncer to the left side. Throw in time, and the side is retired. pretty painless half of the inning all told. We played 2 full, and we are tied 0-0. Now to the plate, the pitcher, Chad Kuhl. 9-1-2 due up.
Chad Kuhl.
First pitch of the AB now. Grounded up the first baseline. And Rizzo won't get to this one. It's a fair ball.
Hey, this is perfect storm right here. This is how big innings start. You put a crooked number up on the board when the pitcher leads off an inning with a huge knock.
Into the box now, Kevin Newman. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. He singled to open up the ball game. The 0-1 delivery. Nobody out, runner on first. Throw over to the bag, back in standing. And here's a fastball on 0-2, but it misses. 1-2 now. From the belt, kicks and deals. Lays off the 1-2 changeup, and he's worked it back to 2-2.
Regardless of the result right here, to be down 0-2 and work it back to an even count, got to feel like it's a win for the offense.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he lays off the curveball. Strike 3 called, and that's going to be out number 1. Now at the plate, Brian Reynolds hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. The 1-1 home. Takes a pitch for strike number 2.
Man, this pitcher is on right now, pounding the zone, attacking these hitters. He's making it look easy.
Cool. Base runner at first with 1 out. Lifted down the line in left. Coming in is Peterson, but he won't get there. It falls in.
That's just an excellent job by the batter right there. 3 pitches on the outer half of the zone. Didn't try and do too much. Kept the front hip in. Kept the front shoulder in. Played with the opposite side of the field. Quality AB.
Brian Hayes digging in now as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. 1 for 1 with a single so far. In the dirt. Throw over to third here, and he's crawled out on a close play at third.
That's a tough one right there. You're already in scoring position, so if you're a base runner in that situation, you got to see it actually get away if you're going to try and take third.
The 2-0 pitch. A bouncer up the middle. For the first with time to spare, and the side is retired. Pirates leave one. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Now into the box, Kyle Hendricks. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
Kyle Hendricks.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Yep, that ball went out.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
Down the third baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off-speed.
Cubs pitcher at the plate, trailing with a 1-2 count.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
Count still at 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
You certainly know he's not trying to work around the pitcher. But sometimes the hardest thing to do is to throw a strike to a guy that you know won't swing the bat.
Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out.
Number 2.
Stepping up is Nico Horner, a base hit in his first trip.
Yeah, guys, still the only hit in this game so far. They've been pretty well shut down. Guys on the mound have really much controlled the whole outcome up until this point.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
Man, this guy's in a good groove right now. 7 straight retired. He's locked in.
This one's down to third. Fielded cleanly. And there are 2 away now. So next to hit is Ian Happ. Worked a walk his first time up. And now pitch on the way. The windup and the 0-1.
1-1.
I know he buried that slider in right there, but that's a dangerous pitch. If he doesn't pot commit and bury that inside, it leaks out over the plate. He can get hurt with that pitch.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. A ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. All set for the start of the 4th. And next it'll be the outfielder, Brian Goodwin.
I know we're not seeing a lot of offense in this one, but there's still some game left. I'm looking to see these guys, both offenses, make some notable adjustments at the dish and try and scratch a few runs across.
Out in front of it, strike 1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
This guy's been really on point so far, but it's not getting any easier. He has to get through 4, 5, and 6 right here.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch.
One ball, two strikes.
Still all zeros in the run column here in the fourth inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
Hit on the ground to third. Bryant is up with it. Oh, and it sailed right over his head at first. And now, oh, this ball's going to wind up out of play. And a big mistake there.
Man, this one is hard to figure. Makes the play on the ball and the transfer look good. Then he just sails this thing way over the first baseman's head into the stands. Bad news, it's an E5. The good news, some fan just snagged a souvenir.
At the plate now, Colin Moran. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Comes set, and the 0-1.
Ball one. Got a ball, one strike.
No runs, 5 hits, and no errors so far for the Pirates. And it's fouled away.
Gotta believe that was a mislocation because it missed right down the middle. This guy's gonna have nightmares at the plate thinking about missing that one.
Ready on 1 and 2.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing and a miss on this next pitch.
The next 1-2 pitch.
Ball, extra.
I don't blame the pitcher one bit for trying to get the chase right there. He's been fouling everything off. He's still got the entire arsenal open to him, so we'll see what pitch he comes with next.
Here now the 2-2. Sinker, 3-2 now.
He's definitely going to want to get greedy in his zone, and he's obviously seeing the ball well, or he would have swung at that pitch. Sometimes in these long, epic at-bats, you start to get into swing mode.
The 3-2 pitch. Oh, right back to him on the mound. And an unproductive at-bat that time as the runner holds at second with 1 away now. Next, it'll be Gregory Polanco. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Has a look, now the pitch. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact. That one finds the target on the outer half. It's 1-2.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
Still 1-2. Goodwin leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. A little low. It's 2-2. Hit hard to short. There's Baez. Throw in time at first for route number 2. So here's Adam Frazier, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. fastball that gets the inside corner, strike one. Grounded softly down the line toward first. And he'll smartly just ensure that this stays a foul ball.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit. He's got a base open, so he has to focus on making a good pitch right here.
Nope. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2. Did well just to make contact there as he spoils off a good changeup. Dribbled down the third baseline. The 1-2 pitch. Another one sent foul. Here's the 1-2.
Hey, have an AB right here. I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these pitches off, maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
Ready with the 1-2.
We've got ourselves an awesome battle going on right here. Bottom line, the guy who's going to win this situation is the guy who executes.
2-2. Here it is. Waved at and missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. One left for Pittsburgh. On to the bottom of the fourth now, still with no score. Ready to go in the bottom of the fourth. And into bat next, former National League MVP Chris Bryant. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. There's a breaking ball, but it's laid off and doesn't find the zone.
After watching that one go by and a ball being called, you could rest assured he knows he's not getting away with another one of those. I guarantee you he's going to be aggressive on this next pitch.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Into the windup and the pitch.
Nope. Outside.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Now the payoff pitch home. Loud contact off the bat of Bryant and sent deep to left. Gone! Chris Bryant leaves the yard with a solo shot. First home run of the campaign for him, and the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Hey, listen, there's an old adage in baseball that solo home runs won't kill you. This is one of the top hitters in that lineup, so a home run, a solo home run right here is not the end of the world.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. hard to the right side. Scooped up on the first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. First pitch on its way. One run, 2 hits, 1 error for the Cubs to this point. And he lays off for ball 1.
That's not an easy pitch to do anything with, right? 96 miles an hour in on the hands. You almost have to be looking for that pitch to be able to do anything with that.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. 1-2 as he chases the slider.
Yeah, guys, he's got so much respect for this guy's fastball. You could tell he was out in front on that slider. I think he goes to the well one more time with that pitch.
And a liner foul into the seats down the right side. 1 out, nobody on. Two and 2 to the Cubs catcher. A bouncer to the left side. Throw gets him, 2 down. So the bases are empty here with 2 gone. And into bat next, the versatile weapon, Javier Baez. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. And this is off the corner and low. Ball 1. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Looked like the slider there. A ball and a strike.
You could tell by the hitter's balance after that swing that he's seeing the ball really good. His timing is right there, and I expect him to catch something clean.
A ball and 2 strikes.
Hey, nice job of bouncing back after the leadoff homer. 2 quick outs after the bomb, and he's got a chance to get out of this.
Grounded to third. He's got it. Over to first, and that retires the side. Cubs get a run here thanks to this solo home run. We played 4. It's now 1-0 Chicago. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Matt, I had a chance to catch up with manager Derek Shelton during the commercial break about the Pirates offense. And one thing he mentioned is how well they're doing at simply putting the ball in play. They currently have more than 1 hit per inning, and looking at strikeouts, they only have 2. So far, the recipe for success has been to make contact early and often.
Thank you, Heidi. New inning set to get underway, and next to hit is the catcher, Jacob Stallings. Now here's the first offering. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. And this one's low here, so the count swells to 3-1.
You can bet they love ball 4 here. That gives the pitcher on deck an obvious bunt situation to move the runner into scoring position. This is on the ground over to first.
And the fifth inning will start with a ground out, one away. So now into the box is Chad Kuhl. He singled first time up.
Yeah, he showed like a little prowess with the bat right there, Dan. I'd be surprised if they don't attack him a little bit more carefully this AB.
They'll start him with a sinker here, but that sinks a bit too much that time. It's 1-0. And he looks at a changeup in there, 1-1. Weak grounder back to the mound. Throw on to first, 2 gone. So the Pirates batting order turns over and set to go. Kevin Newman, he's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fly ball out toward left center field. Peterson on the run. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. They trail this one 1-0. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and in steps a former World Series hero, the outfielder Jock Peterson. Here's the first pitch.
1-0.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Peterson, 28 years old. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. And that's in there, 3-1.
You can really tell they're trying to keep the ball in on this big slugger right here.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt, but he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
The 3-1 pitch. And he takes a good swing at that one as this is sent down the line in right, but ultimately into the crowd, a foul ball. They haven't played perfectly as it's hit on the ground. Newman brings it in.
Hey, that's a great job right there. Knowing he had time to collect himself, I love the internal clock right there. Didn't rush it, took the extra step, gathered himself, and threw a bolt to first base.
Here's Jason Hayward now. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Hayward, or often just J-Hay. He was a first-round pick back in the draft of 2007.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
Wind up the 2-0 pitch.
Yeah. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. And he misses, ball 4.
And that hole at bat, I feel like he really didn't want to challenge him. And I'm really surprised by that because I think this is a guy in the bottom third of the order you have to go right after.
1 out, runner at first, and the pitcher Kyle Hendricks will be the next to bat. From the stretch, here's the pitch. In there for strike 1. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Hayward, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Strike 2. The 0-2 delivery.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Lays off 2-2 now.
He went with the off speed there once he got him to 0-2, but now that they both missed, I think we'll see more of a challenge pitch here. You don't have to give in, but you can't be too cute either.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And now a slider in there for a called 3rd strike, and there are 2 gone now.
That's what you call clipping the outside corner. Great movement on that slider, and it completely locked up the hitter. Didn't fool the umpire, though.
Into the box, Nico Horner. Lifted in the air out to left. Goodwin's in pursuit. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Cubs strand 1, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Now it'll be Brian Reynolds. He'll start things out against Kyle Hendricks as we get the inning underway. Pitch on the way.
Well, that's down.
The 1-0 is swung on and missed, and that's strike 1. A ball and 2 strikes now. Easy take there on the sinker, well off the outside. Full count, 3-2.
Hey, throwing the ball great up into this point. Don't want to allow a leadoff walk. Needs to just focus in on his mechanics right here.
No walks yet. Here's the delivery. Now this is on the ground for Baez. It's short. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th. Now to bat, Ke'Bryan Hayes. Grounded out in his last at-bat. First offering. A ball and no strikes.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot. Time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
Now the 1-0. A swing and a miss, strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Sent on the ground out to second. Throw gets him, 2 down. Next to bat will be the Pittsburgh cleanup batter, Brian Goodwin. An error allowed him to reach base in his last appearance. First pitch of the AB on its way. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Pulled toward right center field. And he gets there, makes the running play, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Pirates. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Sean Poppin is out from the bullpen now as he'll get the call here on opening day.
Number 62, Sean Poppin.
Bottom of the 6th inning now, and that'll bring up the former first-rounder and Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. Now here's the pitch. And they start him out with a slider. Good spot, but he doesn't get the call. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Hit back up the middle, and that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one. With that, the Cubs get their leadoff man aboard.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Chris Bryant will stride in again, and you can bet he'd love to do again what he did back in the 4th. A solo home run here that's been the only long ball of the game so far. First pitch on its way.
You know, some guys just don't like pulling the trigger in an 0-0 count. They don't like the ambush tactic. They like to calibrate the speed, maybe pick up the brake. They want to know everything your ball does before they pull the trigger.
Good breaking ball there, laid off for the 2nd strike. And some action now in the Pirates bullpen. They've got a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. Happ aboard here at first with nobody out. Struck him out.
That was some nice execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2 strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate as he'll lay off a slider too low, ball 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
Clearly working the bottom of the zone, trying to get a ground ball for a double play.
Two and 1.
2 balls.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Back up the middle. And that's through for his first base hit in this one.
I think the whole ballpark knew he was going to go with the sinker right there to induce the double play. The only problem is he can't guarantee it's going to be hit right at one of his infielders. Tough luck.
Next to hit will be Wilson Contreras as he chops it on the ground toward the right side. To second for one, on to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Great job of hustle there by the base runner. That looked like an easy inning-ending double play. Now runners at first and third with 2 outs.
And that brings up Javi Baez as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Two balls and a strike to Javi Baez.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball in play hard.
2-1. Here it is.
Couldn't be a whole lot better situation to hit in now. 3-1, 2 on. He's got to be thinking he's going to get a pitch he can drive right here.
And he misses with it for ball 4, so the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news, a single probably drives in a couple of runs.
So next to bat will be the left-handed hitting Jock Peterson. Third trip to the plate for him here. He struck out and grounded out in his first 2 tries. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1.
Hey, this pitcher's going to have to step off the mound right here and refocus. Take a deep breath, something. Can't keep falling behind and creating traffic. It puts everybody on edge, not only himself, his defense, and especially his manager.
Two out, bases loaded. Now a swinging bunt. Ready with the 2-1. A swing and a miss there, 2-2. Here's the 2-2. And he strikes him out. So a missed opportunity at the plate as he strands 3 runners and the side is retired. A big-time strikeout and some raw emotion as he gets out of the jam. Back with more on opening day after this. All set for the start of the inning, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Colin Moran.
Number 19, Colin Moran.
Now here's the pitch. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1.
You know, because this is just a one-run game, this doesn't strike me as a situation where he's going to be working around a guy. I think he's going to challenge him right here.
Hard hit ball to short. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Up next to the Pirates.
So the next to bat will be Gregory Polanco. No hits to this point. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Reined in on to first, and it's a quick start to the seventh as now there are 2 away. And that'll bring in Adam Frazier. 2 away in the inning, and Dan, it looks like this could be another 1, 2, 3 inning for him.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
Pitch on the way. Good pitch there on the inside. Black called the strike.
Hey, this guy's been throwing a gem so far. We're moving on later into this game, and he's right at about league average for first pitch strikes.
Little chopper back to the mound. Throw to first beats him easily, and the side is retired. Stick around because Jason Hayward will lead things off when we come back. We'll move on now to the bottom half of the seventh. Get up and stretch. Cubs lead it 1-0. And now in the box, Jason Hayward. It was a walk in his last trip. He's set, and the pitch.
Count 1-0.
The 1-0 home.
Ball that now.
I don't mind him trying to pitch him backwards right there with those 2 early count sliders, but now he finds himself in a situation where he's going to have to come fastball.
Now the 2-0 home. And he makes good contact there, but this is going to find the stands foul down the right field line. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. Here it comes. And he pops him up, drifting toward the left side of the infield. And there's out number 1. Next to hit will be the pitcher, Kyle Hendricks. He's been great on the mound, so we'll see if he can do something with the bat here as well. He's earned the chance to take this at bat.
Yeah, Matt, when a guy's throwing the ball as well as he has, it kind of forces the manager's hand to stay with him. He's been exciting to watch, and he's really had this crowd behind him the entire game.
First pitch on its way. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Weakly hit to third. Scooped up. In time to first, and there are 2 away. So in now for Chicago, Nico Horner. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch of the AB now. A shot to first base and caught there to end the inning. Cubs are down in order, but they're on top 1-0. Ready to begin the 8th, and now it'll be the catcher, Jacob Stallings. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The windup and the 0-1. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Eric Gonzalez will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run. Third baseman hugging the line here. Now the first pitch. One out, nobody on. On the ground up the middle. On to first, and he's breezing through the 8th here with 2 quick outs. And now here is Kevin Newman. He flew out in his last debut. Here's the first pitch to him. Ooh, started him with the change, and it's 0-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Right side. He's got it. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. They're down 1-0. Austin Davis is out from the bullpen now as he'll get the call here on opening day.
Number 35, Austin Davis.
Now at the plate is Ian Happ. Last time through was a base hit.
The center fielder, Ian Happ.
First pitch of the AB on its way. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. Fly ball right down the line and left. On the run is Goodwin. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. Digging in next will be Chris Bryant. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Now here's the first offering. Starts things here with a changeup for a called strike.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. A ball and a strike. Now it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing in the Pittsburgh bullpen. Pitch on the way. Now a big fastball when he's well behind it with the swing.
Looked like he was going to wait him out, see if he was going to come over the heart of the plate. Well, newsflash, he is, and this hitter's going to adjust his batting gloves, and he better be ready in the box.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Ball 3. 3-2 now. Waiting next is Anthony Rizzo. 1 out, nobody on. And That misses for ball 4.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
So a runner at first now with 1 away, and that brings in Anthony Rizzo. He's set. Here it comes. Davis is at least partially known for a good changeup, and it's not just any change of speed pitch. It dances all over the place. The 1-0 delivery. Swung on but fouled off to the left. Oh, and he hammers it to deep right field. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And a huge insurance run is across to score all the way from first. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Boy, I tell you what, that's a big RBI late in the game here. They take a 2-0 lead here. The way the pitching's been for them tonight, they're sitting in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, Dan, they've gotten great pitching all game long, and all that extra run can do is give you a little bit more confidence. You don't have to pitch with such tension out there, fearful of making one mistake.
To the plate now, Wilson Contreras. Guess he'll watch one miss down and in for a ball. 1-0. Hits are even right now at 5 aside. One and one the count now. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Has a look, now the pitch. Oh, and this ball is absolutely blasted. High and deep into the bleachers and gone. So a 2-run shot to left center. First home run of the campaign for him. And with it, the Cubs have moved out in front now 4-0.
I know one thing, with this homer, it might make the decision to send the starter back out there a little easier for the manager. You've got some wiggle room now, and he's been pitching well. So I expect they'll be having that conversation in the dugout. You know he wants to go back out there.
Michael Feliz is out from the bullpen now as he'll get this ball here on opening day. Here's Javier Baez as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Lifetime versus this pitcher. He's hitless in 3 at-bats. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
This is why you pay the price of admission right here. Power on power. My money's on the pitcher.
Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2. 3 runs already home here. Can't connect there. It's 2-2.
I think it's about time to choke up on that bat and get that foot down. He's awfully tardy right now.
And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
Boy, there's nothing better from a pitcher's standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung at and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
In now, Jock Peterson. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. The 1-0.
Count is 2-1.
Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss. Any lower, and he'll probably make you pay for it.
3-1 to the Cubs left fielder. Jason Hayward would be next. Fastball too low, and that's ball 4.
Up next for the Cubs, the right fielder.
Next up is Jason Hayward. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. And now the first pitch. Skied down the left field line. Waiting on it is Goodwin, and the inning is over. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. Last chance coming up for the Pirates. It's now 4-0 Chicago. All set to start the 9th in this one, and set to go as the switch hitting outfielder, Brian Reynolds. First pitch of the AB on its way.
Nope. That's inside. Nope. Inside. Ball 2.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. This is popped up. Rizzo has a play, and he'll step on first himself for the out. Digging in next, Ke'Bryan Hayes. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. First pitch on its way. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Hit on the ground toward the left. Bryant's got it on the first, and now the Pirates are down to their final out. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Brian Goodwin. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the 9th as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Hit hard to the right side. And a step on first for the out, and the ball game is over.
Yeah, and we knew he was in a groove from the first inning, and he just kept this thing rolling and rolling and rolling. They couldn't get anything going against him. A dominant performance with a complete game shutout.
4-0 the score this afternoon. The Chicago Cubs took the lead in the fourth and held on until the end. Kyle Hendricks earns his first win of the season. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.